Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie, Jessica.
So this is our January reading wrap up. So we're going to go over our top 5 books for the month of January in the order from 5 to 1. For each of us.
Yes. And
okay,
we're going to do a top audiobook.
we are. That's a new one this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
I suggested top 3. Jessica insisted it be top 1 audiobook.
I think it'll help us at the end of the year.
Also, it is time to turn Robert.
It is time to turn Robert, your calendar. Got it. Okay. You got excited about that, didn't you?
I'm going to have to go get a stepladder.
A new month of Robert Irwin. Got it.
He's up a little high.
Okay. All right. Well, what else do you want to tell them before we start? Anything?
Well, we would love for you to hit that subscribe button, and thank you for being here. And we have some really fun giveaways coming. So probably next week, one of them should be announced, if not soon. No, probably next week. We have giveaways coming because we're doing our 26 books of 2026, and you don't want to miss out on those. So hit that subscribe button, and we thank you for being here, and let us know what your top read of January was.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about January stats. Where were you at?
I've been at my house. I did not vacation.
I meant your stats. What were your January stats?
I read 49 books.
And had how many 5 stars?
9. I have gotten.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I read, I want to say 34, but it's 35 because I keep forgetting that BJ's is actually going to be split in 2. So I read 35 books for the month of January, and I had 5 stars. So that made life interesting. Not really. Made it easy. So, okay. You ready to start?
Yes.
Okay.
I also had 1 DNF, but I did read far enough that I counted the DNF in my 49 books.
Okay. Are you ready for book number 5 for me?
Yes, please.
I figure we did the audio at the end. We'll talk about our top audio at the end.
That's what I was just going to ask when we're doing that.
That's what I figured. So we'll do our 5 through 1 and then do our top audio at the end.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. All right. Well, the first one, I don't normally include rereads on this, but I literally had 5 stars, and I listened to this audio, and the audio was so good that it made it went from a 4-star to a 5-star. So I had to include it in my top 5, and that is Cruel Love by E.K. Hunter. So this is a dark secret society story. This is about our heroine, who is, and I totally forgot her name, Willow. And she is living at this place called the Pear Tree House. This is a place that the secret society runs, and the secret society basically goes out and gets girls who are runaways or who are living on the streets when they're around the age of 10 years old. They bring them into this place, and then they groom them, and they give them an education, but basically they groom them to become wives to these men when they turn 18 of this secret society. Nothing happens to them until they turn 18 when they have a graduation ceremony, but they are trained and they are brainwashed into thinking that everything that's going to happen is an okay thing. And so our hero, which I use very lightly here, James, is he is a part of the secret society. He's going to take his dad's spot. He's one of the founding families, but his father has told him that if he doesn't get married within the next month, and if he doesn't produce an heir within the next 3 months, that he is going to give his position or his seat on this council to his sniveling cousin, who he cannot stand because the cousin's so far up his dad's ass that he can't see the forest through the trees. And so he is really determined to find himself a wife and get her knocked up. And so he goes to Pear Tree House, and he's looking at the selection of girls who are about to graduate. Like, he breaks the rules by going there early, and he doesn't see anybody that he likes. But then the head mistress has our heroine bring him a drink of some kind, and when he sees her, that is when he decides that is who he wants. He has to wait a week until she turns 18, but Willow has been through a lot. She has amnesia. She doesn't remember her family or how she got to Pear Tree House. She has scars on her body because of the beatings that she's had there, and now she is about to marry a very cruel man. So this was number 5 for me. Obviously I loved it. The audio just came out and it was amazing, which elevated it for me.
I should have been opening my journal while you were talking. Sorry.
What were you doing while I was talking?
I was listening.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Don't quiz me.
Yeah, sure you were listening. You were looking at Robert Irwin, weren't you?
No, I have to go get a stepladder to change him.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So my book number 5 is The Exception by Vi Keeland. So this is about Sutton and Jagger. And they meet on a dating app. So Sutton decides to get this dating app and she goes to the restaurant, meets up with Jagger, and they quickly realize that Sutton did not realize what type of dating app it was. So they have like a good chuckle about it and they go their separate ways. And then the next day, Sutton goes to her new job and Jagger is her boss. And so that leads to a slightly uncomfortable situation because Jagger is also her stepdad's friend who and her stepdad also works at this company, and so there's a lot of like I don't want to say forced interaction, but just like maybe forced proximity is better for the word. And Sutton has a lot of past trauma, and Jagger Oh, Jagger, I was like trying to look at my notes, what I wrote here. Jagger does as well. They both are not looking for anything more than just like kind of a physical relationship, but that is quickly going to change and complicate things. So I love this one. There's also really great audio for it by Sebastian York and Andy Arndt. I think they tend to do a lot of Keelands.
I think they do. I think you're right.
Yeah. Keeland is always a great read for me.
Mm-hmm.
And did everybody see the cover?
Yeah, it's yummy.
My book is like both sides, but I'm sure we all know which side I love.
Yeah. BJ Alpha sent me the cover for her new book that's going to be out soon, Killa, this morning, and asked me which one I wanted to choose from, and it was very hard. Let's just put it that way. So I do not envy authors making those choices.
Well, I like this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a book to talk about?
I do. My book number 4. So book number 4 for me is Shadows of You by Karen Crompton. This is the 4th book in the Cold Neptune series. Sorry I didn't read it sooner, Karen. I am just so sorry. But this is about Nora and Jackson. Jackson is the drummer for Cold Neptune, and he is a bit of a playboy. And all the other couples or all the other guys in the band up until now have now started to pair off, right? They've got these little family home lives with their woman, and Jackson, not so much. Jackson has just been caught leaving the home of a movie producer after he boinked the movie producer's wife, and it was caught by the paparazzi, and so it's all out there. And so the people behind the scenes, the record label is not very happy with him, and so they have decided that he needs to find a woman. They're about to go on tour for this 3-month tour, and he needs to find himself a girlfriend, and it's going to be a fake situation. They have like a dossier of women for him to choose from, and he needs to choose one of these women, and that is going to be his fake girlfriend during that time. They're going to have to share a hotel room and everything. Well, he decides he doesn't want these women. He sees a woman who literally stops New York traffic out in the middle of traffic, and that is where we find Nora, and he decides that Nora is going to be the woman that he takes and the woman who pretends to be his. And it goes from there. I love the whole series. I mean, if you guys haven't read the Cold Neptune series, you really need to. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I love Karen's writing. So,
yes.
Yep.
Okay. So in the number 4 spot for me is Brutal Vows by J.T. Geisinger. This is about Raina. Raina is on the Italian mafia side, and we have Spider, who is on the Irish mafia side. And Raina is known as the Black Widow, and she's basically been running the show, although her brother is like the one that's in charge. And her brother decides that he is going to, I guess I wrote like down, I just say arranged marriage, but like I feel like there should be a different way to say it. But
yeah, that's not really a verb.
marrying off. He has arranged a marriage for his
Yeah.
daughter, which is Raina's
That's
niece.
good.
Raina's niece wants absolutely nothing to do with this, and she's devastated because she's in love with someone else. And so Raina quite literally steps in and marries Spider. I really love this one. Like, it's gets complicated because it's like the Italian and the Irish mafia. There's
Yeah.
some praise kink in this. It was just really good.
Mm-hmm. She's older than him too, isn't she? I think she is. I think
That
she's
I
just an
don't
older heroine in
remember.
general, but yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, she was married
Mm-hmm.
before. That's where she gets the
Yeah.
nickname Black Widow.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she's definitely like in charge. She's a very strong heroine in the mafia world,
Mhm.
which is refreshing. Like, I like all mafia, but it's refreshing to sometimes read it where
Yeah.
it's, you know, not
Mhm.
just the poor little mafia princess being married
Exactly.
off.
Exactly. All right. Well, my book in my number 3 spot is one of the historicals that I read this month, and that is When a
Wow.
Laird Loves. I know, When a Laird Loves a Lady by Julie John Stone, I should say. So this is about Marion, and our sweet little Marion is the daughter of a duke or something somewhere in England. She's the daughter of this important guy, and he decides that he is going to marry her off to this knight. And the knight, like, it's so that the knight can get the father's lands. Like, there's some nefarious things happening here, and the king is involved, and like it's a whole thing. And she decides at the very beginning of this book that she is not going to go through with this marriage. She has her mom is Scottish. Her mom has since passed away, but her mom brought with her a man who has been very loyal to them, and he was kind of like a guard for her, but he is the head, he's like the stable master at her father's estate, and he helps her fake her own death. The day that this happens, she pretends to throw herself off of a cliff, and as everybody's looking for her, that is when Ian shows up. So she was supposed to go to Scotland after faking her own death and find the laird to the clan that the stable master is from. And Ian is the laird of that land, and she was supposed to find, or that clan, she was supposed to find him and have him, help her find her life, find her husband, and get her situated in Scotland. Well, the day that this all happens, Ian actually shows up at her property because the king has ordered for him to marry her, to marry Marion instead of this knight guy. And so he shows up there, and everybody's looking for her because she threw herself off of a cliff. And he decides to go looking himself, and come to find out he finds her just about to get on board of with a ship. And that is when he's like, nope, I'm going to be your husband. And then it all kind of goes from there. The knight is a very cruel man, and he is still hunting her down. But our hero has also been married before, and his wife died, and he swore that he would never marry again, or that he would never give his heart to another woman. So it is very, very angsty, because she gets her heart broken quite a bit.
What?
You're not even listening.
I was too. It's very angsty. She gets her heart broken quite a bit.
What did I say before that?
What did you say before that? Do you remember?
I don't know. No. Okay, what's book number 3
You
for
were
you?
talking about wanting a poodle.
I was not. What's book number 3 for you?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Jeff's in the room and you don't want him to know about the 4th dog you want.
I don't want 4 dogs.
Don't lie. Okay, number 3 for me is Mafia again. And that is Wicked Altar by Jane Henry. This is a brand new release from her. And this is the first book in her new series, The McCarthy Legacy, or The McCarthy Family Legacy. So in this, we have Erin, and Erin and her sister are very close. They are like best friends, very, very close. And Erin is, Bridget is the sister, and Bridget is terminally ill. And Erin is just very devastated by this, as is their family. And there is a doctor that can possibly help Bridget, but they can't like see him for a long time. And like her situation is quite dire. They need like this doctor now. And Cavan's family has connections to this doctor. So, and Cavan's family wants the trade routes that Erin's family has. So she is arranged marriage. So there is an arranged marriage done to marry Erin and Cavan. Erin is kind of left out of this, and Erin is neurodivergent. And so she struggles with some some things, and it's just so she's left in the dark about it. I'll just leave it at that so there's no spoilers. Well, Kevin was her bully, tormentor during high school. And so she really has no desire to marry him, but she loves her sister so much and does not want anything to happen to her sister. And so she is kind of forced to go along with this. I love this one. Obviously, I rated it 5 stars. The Irish Mafia is just, it was great. The audio is fantastic by Kai Kennicott and Wynn Ross. They do a phenomenal job. And we just interviewed Jane Henry. So if you've not watched that, go check it out because that was a really fun interview to
Yep.
learn more about writing Mafia.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like we've changed our interview style. And so now there's some past authors that I want to interview again. Which maybe we will someday
Maybe.
when they have new books coming out and stuff.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Well, book number 2 for me, unfortunately, is not one that you guys can read right now, but you will be able to read it, I think, in March. Just stay tuned for the details. And that is,
Wow.
sorry, but I've got 2 on this list like that. So that is BJ Alpha's new MC romance, and it starts with Killa. I'm just going to give you a little bit because she doesn't want the synopsis out quite yet. I talked to her about it this morning, but Killa is the first book in her Unholy Savages MC. It will actually be split into 2 books. So technically, I read 2 books when I was beta reading this month. And I'm really curious to see what gets changed. But this one is a obviously MC romance. It is enemies to lovers, definite enemies, single mom, hate to love, hidden identity, pierced hero, and touch her and die. I was actually sending Becky messages thanking her for making him a pierced hero. Loved it. Can't say anything else about it. So,
I just like listening to you say Killa.
Killa. Love the name. This is the one that I was helping her choose cover options for this morning. So, yeah.
Well, that didn't give me enough time to look at my notes.
I'm sorry. I didn't have much. I just couldn't say anything else. When I can say something, I will tell you guys, though.
I don't know what one of my notes means. I'm confused.
Get Mandy confusing herself.
Yeah, but it doesn't make, I don't know what I was trying to tell myself. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what my notes meant. So
Okay.
I know what the book is about. I just don't know what this particular note meant to remind
okay.
me of.
Okay.
Okay. So book number 2 for me is On Borrowed Time by Harlow James. This is her second book in the Blossom Peak series. So we have Elodie, who, gosh darn it, me and my pronunciation, Elodie, who is taking like a break from her career because it has not worked out how she wants it to. So she comes here, she's trying to get a waitressing job while she just kind of quietly figures out what she wants to do because she doesn't want to go back home and let her somewhat judgy family know, like, hey, this hasn't worked out like I thought it was going to. Henley is running his business and he's suddenly finds himself with a 3-month-old daughter. He was raised in foster care. Him and his sister are very close, but it wasn't always like a great like experience for him, I guess you could say. Like it ended okay, but there were times where it wasn't. And so he has some past trauma that he has not dealt with. He's kind of closed off on his feelings and emotions and things like that. But when this little girl is left with him, he's like, there's no way I'm letting her go into foster care like I did. So even though I didn't want kids or any of this stuff, I'm going to do what's right for her. So he goes to his restaurant to do his interviews. Elodie's there, and Elodie talks about how she grew up in this house where her mom ran a daycare. And he's like, I need you actually to be my nanny. So she agrees. He knows it's temporary because she's only planning to stay for a few months. And now she's the nanny. And I just love this so much. So much. I think you can all see where it's going from there. But yeah.
Okay.
I love Blossom Peak.
Okay.
And nannies.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And not her baby. Instead of not his baby, not her baby. So good. Okay. I know what number 1 is.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
And you just keep rubbing it in.
I do. because I'm mean and I can. So my number one book obviously is not going to be. I mean, you all know.
Should
I
I
mean,
plug my ears?
no, because I really can't say much
I'm
anyway.
plugging my ears. I cannot hear you.
Oh, for crying out loud, really?
What?
I'm not saying anything more than I said earlier, so you're fine. Okay, so my number one read of the month is Rise of Ink and Smoke by Pam Godwin. If Mandy actually thinks that her ears being plugged like by her fingers is enough to stop her from hearing this, she's crazy. Anyhow, this
What?
is, yeah, okay. Yeah. So this is the spin-off of the Frozen Fate trilogy. You have to read the Frozen Fate trilogy. This will be out, I believe, in March. You can pre-order the book right now. Pam has everything on her Instagram and her Facebook pages. But this is about I don't want to say the name of our MMC because if you have not read the trilogy, it gives things away. But our MMC is dealing with trauma from the first 3 books. This takes place 6 months after the first 3 end. We are in Sitka now. We are still in Alaska, and our hero is a tattoo artist. He works at this tattoo shop in Sitka, and he's dealing with the trauma of things that have happened in the first couple of books. He is dealing with the trauma of things that happened at the end of the 3rd book, and he's got a lot of scars inside and out. He is just not really processing things. He hasn't. He's just using his sense of humor to get him through things. He's standing outside of the tattoo shop one day, and this woman comes barreling in a wedding dress, and he's like, "Oh, there's my princess. She's here. That one is mine." And that is Dove. That is our heroine. And she comes barreling into the tattoo shop. She goes behind a couch and she finds a shotgun that the owner has hid there. And she knows it's there because the owner is her stepbrother, Jag. And Jag is our other main male character for this book. And she is very angry because Jag has slept with her fiance, and that is how she found out before the wedding, and she called off the wedding and then flew to Alaska to whoop some ass. And so that is where we start. There are some things that come into this book later down the line that are that up the stakes a little bit. At the beginning, it's more of a healing thing. I did cry in this one. We do see some of our favorite characters from one of Pam's other series in here, and I loved it. It is my top read of the month. I wish I could tell you guys more, but I can't because it's not out yet. Sorry to be such a tease. What is your number one book of the month?
That is coming out according to Pam March 24th.
Okay, thank you.
So we have almost 2 months to be mad at you.
I'm sorry. There is audio
Just
coming
kidding.
too. So
Just kidding. Do you know what my number one is?
Oh my God, you do this to me every year or every month. No, I do not. Just tell us what
I
it
could
is.
have told you what yours were.
I'm sorry, but I can't
I
tell you.
wasn't 100% sure of the order, but I was pretty positive, which I was correct. But I could have told you your top 2.
I can't tell you your top 2.
Wow. Do you
Sorry.
even listen during our book recs?
Sometimes.
Really?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. What? I'm sitting here going, Elizabeth O'Rourke didn't have a book out this month, so I don't know.
Name all the books that I read this week on our 1 minute book
You
recs.
name all the books that I read this week.
Okay.
You're on Goodreads. It doesn't count.
Blackthorn.
You're
Death
on
Valley.
Goodreads.
Rise of
God.
Ink and Smoke. In Her Shadow.
When you're reading it off my Goodreads, it does not count.
Okay. My
Okay.
number one book is
I swear
Come
to
What
God.
May by Corinne
Oh.
Michaels.
Damn it.
Exactly. You should have known this. Okay. In this, we have Tessa. Tessa, it works in PR, and she has been sent to Ember Falls to work a job that her coworker was not able to go to for different reasons. So she's in town and she meets this guy at the bar and they have a one night stand. It is a fantastic time is had by both. We also have Killian. Killian is having a little bit of a PR nightmare. He owns this huge horse ranch. His trainer has disappeared. And there's all these rumors that they're like the horses were being drugged and all these different things. And so all his buyers and clients are pulling out rapidly. And so he's panicking and he has no idea where Travis the trainer is. So he's trying to like get this situation under control. He also was at the bar and was having a one night stand. So it was Tessa. So the next morning, Tessa's like, I have to go meet my client. And she inputs it and finds out that she is in her client's bed. she realizes that this should probably not continue. Killian realizes that too, but they really enjoyed each other, so it kind of continues. The kicker is when Killian starts talking about his daughter, and she realizes that his story about his daughter is exactly like her best friend's story about her father.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it so much.
Mm-hmm.
So much. It was so good.
Okay.
So good.
Okay. All right.
5 stars.
Well, we know that because it's on your top of the month, but
Yes. And I bought the rodeo books.
cute.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I did a short if anybody wants to see what was in it.
All right. Top audio. You ready for this?
It can't be from your top 5 though, so I don't know what it's going to be.
Oh, no. I really struggled with this, choosing my top
Or
audio.
can it be from our top 5?
I don't know.
We never really
Maybe.
set
We didn't say.
parameters
I
on
think
that.
your top audio is your top audio, I guess.
So we can duplicate it?
I think we could, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Did you?
No,
Okay.
I mean, the one by E.K. Hunter was amazing, and like that's great and all. But I had a couple of really good audios this month, and I had a really hard time choosing between "Hunger in His Blood" by Zoe Draven, because Samantha Brentmore does that one, and it's amazing, and then "Wild" by Dee Prince. But I ultimately went with "Wild" by Dee Prince, and I'm going to tell you about that and tell you why and who did it. So this is the audio is done by C.J. Gray and Heather Firth. Dee Dee is just getting all of these books. This is the first book in her Savage Alpha Shifters series, and she's just getting these onto audio right now. I love these books. They are thick. They are very big books, and I'm loving that she's getting audio. So the first 3 I know for sure are getting audio this year. But this is about Ivy and Tyson. Ivy is with a friend, a coworker at a cabin for the weekend, and it was supposed to be just like this fun girls trip. Turned out it was an orgy because there were some guys there, and then her friends getting together with all the guys, and
I
she is
hate
like,
when that happens.
I hate when that happens. So she's like, I have to get out of here. So she gets in the car and she goes driving down the woods. Like, they're in a cabin in the middle of nowhere, when she sees a great big black wolf in the road, and she swerves to miss it and ends up getting in a car accident. And then all of a sudden, that wolf that was in the road, it's not there anymore, but a naked man standing right outside her car is. And that is when she meets Tyson. So Tyson is our shifter. He has been living as his wolf for a very long time. He was abducted as a baby by his uncle, and he has been raised in the wilderness, and he was only allowed to shift every once in a blue moon, to keep him from like losing his human form, or whatever they want to call it. But now that he has seen Ivy, he knows that that is his mate, and he is going to take her to his cabin, and he is going to keep her there, whether she likes it or not. But he's also very feral. So like, he doesn't understand just regular human customs and how things work, because his uncle didn't do those things for him. He's lived very wild. And the audio, like, this was a reread for me, but the audio just made it just, oh, it was fantastic. It was perfect. Cannot wait for the rest of the audio that's coming out this year.
Okay, so we didn't really put parameters on this. My top audiobook is actually a new audio release from January, but just so everybody's clear, this is the same as like our top 5 reads. It doesn't mean that they were necessarily new. It's just what we read or listened to in that month, correct?
Yep, correct.
Okay, because I know that just came out and mine
Yeah.
just came out, so I just wanted to make that kind of clear that
Yeah,
to
it's just a
people
fluke
were
that they're both.
listening.
Yeah, they were both new releases for January, but that's not a part of the parameters. It could be an
I
older
mean, it
one.
may work out that way. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Okay, so mine is only for Love by Natasha Madison. This is narrated by Teddy Hamilton and Stephanie Rose. We have Lexi. Lexi is in a very toxic marriage with a horrible ass of a controlling husband who has really isolated her and just criticizes every little thing that she does, and he's abusive. He's just horrible. Well, he is a doctor at this hospital. She is helping put on a charity event for the hospital. And Kirby is one of the bachelors. He is a hockey player, and so he's going to draw a lot of interest to this situation. They kind of get to know each other working on this event together, as him being one of the big names for the bachelor situation. And at the event, her husband is overheard by Kirby, like really just bad mouthing his wife and belittling her. And he stands up for her, and Lexi walks out, and here's this happening. And this is kind of a catalyst for her to leave her husband. We fast forward a few months later, and her and Kirby are going to cross paths again. I love this one so much, obviously. Kirby is a cat daddy, which when I saw that being listed as one of like the micro tropes or tropes for the book, I was just like, okay. But I actually really enjoyed like his cat that he had in this book and everything. It just kind of added something to his personality and to the story. So I really enjoyed it.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, there you go. There's our wrap up for January and our top 5
Yes.
books plus audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And several of my top 5 actually have audio.
Yeah,
As I
mine too.
think you had a few as well. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
lots of
So,
audiobooks for you to check out.
yes. Yep. All right, let's wrap her up.
All right. Well, make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for new videos from us. And as for, yeah, all of February is also packed with those Wednesday videos for you too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.